Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited that Papertrey Inc. asked me to be a guest designer this month for them, and so I've got a few videos to share with you. Now they sent me a bunch of products, and some of these products are these captivating cattails. You get 2 of these stamps, and then there is some coordinating dies for these. So we're going to put these together, and I'm going to be making 2 cards. So I want to stamp these, and these are like a layering stamp in a way. It's not necessarily layered on top of each other, but there's missing pieces so that way you can layer. So right now we have the green parts of these cattails. Then we'll come in with the other stamp that has the cattails themselves. So it's kind of layering. And I am using, Simon Says Stamp, Aspen, Field, Latte, Cappuccino, Seafoam, and Surf for all of the colors. So this one is Field, this green ink. And now I've got the stamps for the cattails, and I'm going to be coming in with the Latte. Nope, this is the Cappuccino, excuse me, I'm so sorry. This is the Cappuccino. Then I've got the coordinating dies. Now, these are closed dies. So when I did that larger image on the left, I had to redo it, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, because I die cut off center. So my suggestion would be to die cut this image and then stamp it. I wasn't paying attention to the dies, and so I stamped everything first and then die cut my images. I actually ended up not using these little green pieces here, but I definitely can keep those aside for another project. So here's where I die cut that big image. Then I can put that in my MISTI. I need to remove the image first. I can line that up in the open space with my stamp. Then I will put that image back into that negative space of cardstock, and then I can go ahead with stamping my image. So with a closed die, this is how I would do it. I would die cut first and then stamp my images. I stamped my image on that grid paper to make sure I was nice and lined up. Now that I am, I can put that cardstock back in and do my stamping. This is stamped with Aspen ink, and then I will be using Latte and Cappuccino for this set of cattails. The Latte is the lightest solid part, and then the Cappuccino has a little stamp that has like detailed little dots to it, and so that's how I'll be stamping that. Thankfully, the MISTI exists because it makes this project so much easier. Now I'm going to line up the one that has the little dots and put the Cappuccino on here. This release, you guys, is so super cute, and Papertrey Inc. has got some beautiful, beautiful things. Now I'm going to run this die through my die cut machine. It is not part of the release, and neither is this die. I will have everything listed and linked below. I can't remember the names of these dies right offhand right now, you guys. I'm so sorry, but they will be listed and linked below. I'm going to I die cut this one, which just gives you this great, I think this one's called Border Bling 10 Stitch, I think, but don't hold me to it. And I trimmed that down so it is an A2 sized card panel. Then I have these other dies. I think these are the round off edgers die, and I'm die cutting this for my mini slimline card. So I've got 2 pieces here that I'm going to die cut, one smaller and then the other one larger. So the top and the bottom will kind of have a frame to it. So I'm going to tape those in place, run that through my die cut machine, all on white cardstock, and then we'll do a little bit of ink blending on these die cut panels. So here's that first die cut panel. I'm going to come in with my Seafoam and ink blend the back of this. I love this die. It is gorgeous. This, again, is not from the new release. This is just part of their products. And I just love that stitching. It's so, so pretty. Then here is this smaller piece for the slimline card. I couldn't even tell you what size I trimmed this to. I don't remember, but I'm putting that in my MISTI and laying that in place because I need to stamp. It can either be little land pieces or water pieces. So for this card, it's going to be little pieces of land, and I'm using the Latte ink to stamp that with. That's from Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated Ink. Then I'm coming in with Seafoam and a little bit of Surf to add some water around those little pieces of land. This is where our cattail is going to sit on for this mini slimline card. Then the other card, of course, is an A2 size card. I decided when I was looking at this, like, I just need a little bit darker ink. So I'm coming in with the Surf here for around the edges of the land. I brought in a small blender brush to do that. And then that larger die cut piece for the mini slimline card, just the top and bottom edges, I'm coming in with the surf to add a little bit of a colored frame. Just doing a little bit of ink blending. Okay, now for the sentiment for this card, it says, thinking of you always. And I'm just going to have those two sentiments split up, lining that up in my Misty, of course, and I will stamp this with black ink. Gold ink would have been really, really pretty too, or gold embossing is what I meant to say, not gold ink. That would be really, really pretty too. I'm just lining up in my Misty with the grid marks, making sure everything is straight. I feel like lately I can't tell if anything is straight. And I'm going to stamp that a couple times to get a good black crisp image. Now for the other one, I stamped that same larger piece of land, but I made it look like water. And then I'm stamping the sentiment that says by your side. And I'm going to stamp that in black as well. And I like the black on top of that blue. It's so, so pretty. And I really loved the scripty font that they used on their sentiments. So for this background, I decided to do some splatters with the Seafoam, the Latte, and the Aspen ink. This one is just a softer color, and then the other one has the darker greens, and this one has the softer greens. So I just felt like, I don't know, this is a soft, pretty card, but I loved the splatter effect on the background. Let me bring in a little bit of that Latte to break up that blue and green. Super quick, super easy, and makes a very interesting background. All right, let's glue this together. I'm going to pop this centerpiece up with foam tape. This has the stitched edge around it. And then we're going to pop this up with foam tape, the cattail image with foam tape. And I think this is a great, simple, beautiful card that it could be any kind of card with that sentiment. And then you can stamp whatever you want on the inside. All right, this mini slimline card I'm going to adhere together. I will pop up the top panel on top of the other panel. And then the mini slimline is 6.5 by 3.5. That's the card base. And then I will center this right in the middle of that white card base. And then we can put on the cattails. Those will also be popped up with some foam tape. Now you could add some sequins or anything like that. I just felt like these cards actually did not need any sequins at all. Deciding if I wanted those extra grass pieces, and I didn't. And these cards are finished. I love these captivating cattails from Papertrey Inc.'s new release. Super, super pretty and super easy to make beautiful cards with. I want to thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project. And like I said, I will have some more videos with more of their new release. So definitely check back in, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye.